it's like excessive drinking is considered self. Yeah.
Yep. It has to be non-self harm.
And you can't do shots for follows or subs or anything like that.
Yeah. No, mine would be like every time I lose a run, I have to punish you. Take a shot.
I feel like that would be, unless you were getting like ridiculously plastered.
That'd probably be fine.
Yeah. So if an average win takes about 45 minutes to an hour.
Right.
If I lose, it's about 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be just.
Yeah.
Every
it's not gonna
5
be like.
minutes.
It's not gonna be like shot.
Right.
Because people see the shot for follow and they're like, let's get this guy fucked up. So they're just gonna. Everyone's gonna come in and follow just to.
Oh yeah.
It was like the one dude, very clever. I'll give him this, but I don't see him anymore. The pothead dude.
Yeah.
He had a hat.
No.
He got a pot and put it on his head.
Oh.
And he was doing bowls for follows.
Oh god.
And we tuned in for like maybe 15 minutes, and he took like 4 bowls.
Oh no.
They looked miserable.
He just looked awful.
I can only imagine that would be awful.
Oh, it'd be so bad.
Yeah.
Like as fucked up as you'd be, plus your lungs just smoking that much.
Your lungs would be like.
They'd start screaming.
There's no oxygen left in there. It's just pot.
Help!
I always thought, what would happen if you like those oxygen absorbers in like the beef jerky packs? If you just like swallowed one of those, like
probably fuck you up.
It probably would.
I don't like. Would it absorb all the oxygen though?
I don't know.
Because it's in your stomach, not necessarily your lungs.
I imagine once it dissolves, though, all that shit's gonna go into
That's true. Yeah, that would be.
Because I know.
Reddit asks science.
Right.
What happens when you swallow an oxygen absorber?
I knew someone who had a cat that got in their beef jerky they left out.
Oh, okay.
And it ate it, and it killed the cat.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Ugh, that wouldn't be fun.
It did eat the cat did eat 3.5 pounds of beef jerky on top of eating that.
Hell
so maybe it just that much beef jerky and one of those little things killed it. But
yeah,
it's pretty sad.
I don't know. After I eat a ton of beef jerky, I feel pretty horrible too.
Right.
It tastes good at the time, and like 30 minutes later, I'm like, oh, why did I do that?
Yeah. You're like, Jesus Christ.
I think the worst combination is beef jerky and Mountain Dew.
Oh,
that
God.
fucks your stomach up.
Big time.
I bet.
Oh, who's this? What's up? You live on Twitch too, girl?
It's worth it at the time. Just don't overdo it.
Yeah, that. Trying to fall asleep that night, you're just like,
yeah.
oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Or too much chocolate milk. You're just down a couple glasses. You're like, that was good, and then 5 minutes later, you're like, I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Chocolate milk is a real trap.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good.
You keep drinking it, and then you're like,
and then you trust your friends with it, and they
God.
spill it. Because every time
Always.
you're like, hey, I gotta go for a second and watch my chocolate milk, and you come back and it's spilled everywhere.
I always spill my drinks.
That's a big ass fly. What the shit?
What if got in when we had the door open?
Apparently, that thing is huge.
Fucking asshole.
God
fly.
damn.
Get out of here. Scram, buckaroo.
Yo, where's Salty at? He hosted me the other day.
Yeah?
What a bro.
He will show up.
Yeah, he's been tuning in.
Hell yeah.
What a bro.
I know, Salty's a good dude.
Yeah, I've had Salty, Daniel, a couple of my IRL friends.
Good old Daniel. Did I have my comment? Well, time to quit, Daniel.
What?
I don't think he appreciated that too much.
Really?
I don't know. He didn't respond. I was like,
I thought it was funny. I was joking, but
What did you
Yeah.
say to him?
he said that he couldn't come because he had he works late tonight and then works early.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, I guess it's time to quit.
no, he's looking about going back to college, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd definitely be good for him because I know he hated the degree he was going towards.
Degrees are weird. Like I said, my first year I was going for a computer science degree, and then I actually got into a coding class, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in here.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. And then, of course, I went for my high school diploma. I got a career advanced in architecture. I don't know anything about architecture, but that's just what my diploma says. So.
That's still fun.
I still love that. That's so funny.
I don't know. I literally took, because they have what's called a skill advanced diploma. I don't know if it's a really weird thing. So if you actually take college courses while you're in high school for a certain subject, you can actually drop 3 elective credits and graduate with only 24 credits.
Right.
And those 3 electives, as long as you spend a certain amount of time in college courses for a specific degree, then you get a skill-enhanced diploma in that. But they don't really tell you about it. So I technically have a skill-advanced diploma in architecture.
Right. I think I would have got one of those if I would have done... So I took accounting 1 and 2, marketing 1 and 2. Yeah. And if I would have went to Weber for one class, I would have gotten that on my high school diploma. Yeah. But I was like, I don't want to drive up to Weber, and I was should have done it because
it's just super. They don't tell you about that. Like I think a lot of high school kids would be like, I'll drop 3 elective credits to go take college courses. You get college credit and a cool diploma. Like
I think that's a big thing with. Because, you know, everyone talks about how the school system's fucked up, but there's not really ever any answers to, like, how to fix it. Yeah. But places around here where we're not, like, you know, Bountiful, North Salt Lake isn't in poverty for the most part. Mm-hmm. If you had good counselors to give people these options that are out there, really, it'd be a lot better. Because I had, I'll add him, Grizz at Woods Cross, awful counselor. Yeah. I had no idea what I was doing the whole entire time. Mm-hmm. And when it came to, like, the senior year, like, the final, like, hey, this is your college counseling. We sat there and we didn't talk about anything. Yeah. He's like, here's these packets. You fill them out online if you want to go to college. I'm like, so what about scholarships? He's like, oh, here's a pamphlet on scholarships. I'm like, great. So what the fuck do I do with it? Yeah, really. Like, do I call someone? Do I go do an interview? Like, how do I get scholarships?
Yeah, for sure. No, when I was so I went to Mountain High the very end of my junior year and my senior year I was at Mountain. So like the first like couple weeks of my senior year, I think. They were like, hey, are you interested in going to tour up at the DATC and see what they offer? Heck yeah. You go up there, they tour you, show you around, and then if you want to do anything, they're like, all right, here's your options for doing that. You can do like these classes during the day and then go in the afternoon or go to them in the morning and then come back and do these. They give you all these options and then they're like, oh yeah, and then you can drop 3 elective credits if you go there for this long and get a skill-enhanced diploma in whatever you're going into. Like, I was like, hell yeah.
I wish I would have known, like, DATC is a real option for like a career path because they talk about DATC a lot. They're like, oh yeah, you can go to DATC, and I'm like, okay, for what though? Because like high school mind, you're like, I don't want to go do more school. Yeah. But if they would have told me, oh yeah, you can go to DATC from sophomore year, and you could finish high school with a certificate in welding or like journeyman electrician or plumbing, so many people would go do that.
Oh, for sure.
If I had that right now, that'd be great.
My dad went to the DATC for. I think that's where he. I don't know. He was doing that. Like kind of homeschool kind of stuff, but he was doing DATC stuff.
Yeah, it's smart. I have a couple friends right now who all went to DATC for welding and are now all doing really well.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a hard part about that though, because like it's kind of a like it's good, but it's not like super great money, and there's a lot of people that do it. Right. But what they're doing is smart.
Yeah, they did it the different way,
and they're doing real well. They do good work too.
Well, and I think too the path that I'll say his name, Thomas Mills. What's up, dude? He did it the smart way because he did all DATC and then also started doing welding right after high school. So going into like 2 or 3 years after high school, he already had 3 years of welding on his experience. Yep. So he was out doing like welding on ships on Michigan Lake. Yeah. And he was making, you know, shit tons of money. And now he's back and he runs his own business where they do, you know, they'll do like attachments to trucks or like custom builds and all this different stuff. And they're doing really well.
Hell yeah.
But no one tells you these things.
Yeah. In mostly high schools in this area, you can actually, they'll bus you up to the DATC. Yeah. During your school, you can go from noon to like 2:55, I think is when they close most of these schools around here. Yeah, like noon to 2:55. A lot of them will bus you right up to the DATC. A lot of the high schools right around here. Right. As part of their curriculum, if you know how to do that. Yeah. But they don't tell you how to do that because they don't want to fucking do it.
I wonder if it's just laziness on the part of like counselors, or is it just overwhelming? Because, you know, I'm sure one counselor at a school like Woods Cross has like 600 to 800 kids probably, you know, so having to go through 800 kids in 1 year, a lot of work.
I wonder how many of them actually, because when I went to high school back when I was at Viewmont, I didn't even know I had a counselor until like my junior year, late into my junior year. Damn. I never talked to a counselor until I was like, hey, I need to leave this school because of this, and this that's going on at here. Right. Like, there's a reason that I needed to see a counselor, but I didn't even know that I had a counselor. I went in there and like, what's your last name? Oh, your counselor is this person. Like,
how am I supposed to know
How was I supposed? Nobody told me that.
Yeah. Did you end up going to Mountain for like, because you wanted to go to Mountain, or did they have you go to Mountain?
So when I was in my junior year, I had some very emotionally debilitating experiences with other students at the school, just to keep it very blunt.
Yeah.
And my options were, at that point, I was already a couple credits behind because of other reasons or whatever. Yeah. And so when I went into my counselor, they were like, we could either like give you packets or whatever. And I think my counselor was actually like, well, there's a school called Mountain High. If you'd be interested in that, they'll help you get your credits and we can get you out of this environment. And so my counselor actually recommended me going to Mountain High School. And then we asked for a recommendation, and then of course Mountain High has to accept the recommendation in order for you to get in. So because of my situation, because I was a few credits behind, they accepted me. My brother, on the other hand, when he wanted to go to Mountain High, he had to fight with the counselor. Really? They wouldn't let him leave for the first part. They were like trying to do everything they could to keep him in the school, and finally they just gave up and let him go. But for a while, they actually fought to keep him at the school. His counselor was like, "No, we don't want to do that."
Why?
They just didn't want him. They didn't want to lose out, probably on the money. You know.
My counselor was trying not to let me, because I graduated early. They didn't. Like, nope. She was trying so hard not to let me.
Yeah.
I was like, well, here's the thing. I'm not gonna be here next semester, so you best help me out here.
I wish I would have graduated early too, because maybe you can attest to this, but I felt like once I got out of high school, and even like 5 or 6 months after, you start realizing what life is. So I felt like if I would have taken that, because I could have also graduated early. Like I had all my credits like the end of junior year. Yeah. Besides English 12 and like.
That's most of what I did. I just had to do a few electives and then core classes you had to take.
So instead of doing that, instead of graduating early, I graduated with like 7 extra credits that I didn't need, that I didn't need to take. Yeah. I mean, they were college credits, but I didn't end up going to Weber, so I didn't even use them ever.
Yeah, so mine was, when I was at Mountain, I accidentally graduated early. I didn't even realize, because I didn't realize of the school enhanced diploma. So when I hit that 24 credit mark, Mountain was like, yo, you've reached your credit mark, you've graduated, you don't need to come here anymore. Right. They were like, we don't need you to come to school anymore. And I was like, all right, can I come on Fridays at least? Because I didn't know what the fuck I was supposed to do. It was just like, hey, you're graduated, go home. I was like, so I was just coming every Friday. I was just coming for the bonus elective courses, because they have those cool bonus electives on Fridays. Right. So I would just show up on Fridays for bonus electives, and for the last 3 months, I just went to school every Friday to do fly fishing and art.
Fly fishing, that's so fucking dope. Fly fishing is a class
offered at Mountain High on Fridays.
That's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah. I learned how to fly fish.
That's so cool.
I was thinking about that.
The art class, I don't know if I should talk about this because it's kind of a weird stuff. I don't know if he's still teaching, but one of the art teachers allowed kids to smoke hookah on Fridays in his classroom.
Oh, really?
What?
Shout outs to that guy knowing what's up. Was it an 18, like a senior only class, or?
It was, so...
I guess 18 wouldn't matter either.
I don't know if it was consistent, but I was in art class on a Friday one time, and these kids just walked in and they're like, hey, Teach, can we smoke hookah in the back? And he's like, as long as nobody finds out.
Oh, shit.
So they went to the back of the classroom and pulled out this hookah. I'm sitting there like, the shit is going on here.
These guys are fucking rad. They're smoking hookah right now.
I was like, what the fuck? Well, hookah's terrible for your lungs.
Oh, yeah, awful.
But I was like, what the fuck?
I would have went over and tried it.
I don't know if he's still... There's also one of my kind of friends, my brother's really good friend who graduated. Her and one of the teachers got married and moved out to, I think, Oregon.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're married right now.
Oops. Were they doing things in high school?
No.
No? Okay, that's good.
Not until she graduated.
That's good. That's good.
Female student, male teacher. But they're married and happy together.
Hey, you know what?
It's really weird, but super cool at the same time.
Right, it's a little weird, but hey, fuck, if she found what she wanted.
Yeah, they're both extremely happy.
I like that.
It's like, hell yeah.
Oh, what I was going to ask, though, like, graduating early, because you went right to work, right?
Yeah.
Did you think, I guess this is a hard question to ask, but do you think you learned more in that, like, 6 months you would have spent in class like out working.
The only reason I wanted right after I was like, maybe I should have, just to fuck around with the boys.
Right.
Is the only reason I would have stayed, but I made money. I gotta do cool shit for working with him and traveling with him and shit. Sometimes it sucks, but working out of town with that one dude for a month. There was only one time where I really didn't like it. It's because we were supposed to be going, but I ended up being there 5 or 6 weeks, just in a fucking hotel, and that kind of sucked. But other than that,
it was good.
Yeah, so
cause that would be a fun.
And job. I was just young, so they were all, because I was only 17. I turned 18 when I was working for them, so I couldn't. Because we were in Carson City, Nevada, so there's casinos and shit. But I went there with him one time, but then some girl was underage gambling with her mom and was trying to cash out. So right after that, they went to everyone asking for IDs. So I had to go sit outside.
That sucks.
So that time sucked, but
because right when I graduated, so I graduated young. I was 17. So I was the youngest in our class. Would have been the oldest in the class below us. Mm-hmm. But right when I turned 18 mid-July, I got offered to be a general manager somewhere. Oh, wow. And I took it, but at the same time I kind of wish I didn't, because I felt because immediately after that, I'm working 50, 60 hour weeks and lots of responsibility. I kind of wish I didn't, because I didn't fuck around at all. I didn't go do anything really. Mm-hmm. And then once I kind of stopped doing I did that, and then I started partying 20, 21, 22.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I wish I would have done more when I was 18.
Yeah. There was a while there where I didn't hang out, Joel and those guys, because I was just working with Brock and Cody was working their time, so just going trips with them, jet skiing.
Yeah.
And yeah. So it was cool, just traveling and working. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't. I fucking hated the school at the end there. Mostly the teachers. I just I'm done. I can't keep going for this fucking blows. I'm so bored.
Well, and I think too, once you get you start understanding more of life, you start realizing that a lot of teachers are just they're stuck in teacher mode all the time, and they don't realize individuality with people.
Right? The funniest is I wasn't gonna walk at graduation. I was no fucking way. Man. And then I ended up doing it. Everyone talked me into it, and just showing back up after 6 months of no one seeing me anymore. The fuck have you been?
Right?
You just stopped going to school. And
yeah, I wasn't gonna walk either, but my parents were not too fond of that idea. Mm-hmm. I was all right, well, I'll do it for them. But I don't know.
Daniel just sent me a message. He just got off work.
Yeah?
Yeah, he wants to know if it's too late to come.
Tell him to come.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go for a while,
Yeah. It's early still. We're only going 18 minutes. I'm going to move some of this shit out of the way. My mess here.
Yeah, just let him know he can come over. Did you send out a tweet?
Yeah. Yeah, I tagged you in it.
Cute. Oh. Why did I put on Discord? What the shit? I keep checking Discord too much now.
Discord's been goddamn annoying me because I get too many notifications from it. I'm oh, someone trying to talk to me? And Discord. Fuck.
Oh, I can't repeat.
Yeah, I agree. I have the Discord app, and then every time anyone talks in our Discord, or if someone makes a big post in any of the other Discords, it rings, and I'm fuck.
I know, I constantly get the Bearded Beauties ones.
Yeah. Hello, Kevin Killer.
Hey, what up, dude?
What up?
Hello, Kevin Killer. How you doing?
So are you Kevin the Killer, or do you kill people named Kevin?
That's a good question.
Because, I don't really know that many Kevins.
I don't know. There's not a Kevin serial killer that I can think of.
No.
There's Charles.
Right.
Jack. Ted. Jack, yeah. Ted, Jack, Carl. Hello.
How you doing? Do you have that fascination with the serial killer vibe thing?
I love true crime.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts.
Oh yeah, they're great.
They are really good, but it's just The best part of listening to true crime is just understanding that our criminal justice system fucking sucks.
Garbage. I just find like the idea of like, you know, someone could be like the we've talked about it a lot on here. The dude who worked
Kevin the killer. Okay.
Kevin. Oh, perfect. He worked for like a security system, and then he started killing kids, and he would just beat off everywhere.
Yeah.
What's his name? Forrest will know. But like someone like that guy, like had family, had a normal job, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Killed and jerked off on kids.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking wild.
Oh yeah.
And he had like that Dexter thing where, in his mind, what he was doing was good. What's the guy's name? The serial killer who killed kids and he would jerk off on them.
BTK killer.
BTK.
Oh, okay, BTK.
Yeah.
Burn, torture, kill, or whatever. Or bind them, torture them, kill them.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he was a sick dude. Yeah, but he did have, like us saying, a set of what he thought were morals to follow, like rules.
Can you send him the address?
Oh yeah, of course.
But yeah, no, the one that I always come back to that gets me pissed at our criminal justice system and the true crime was the guy he picked up she was like 14 or 15-year-old hitchhiker, and she was with two other hitchhikers, and they were like, yo, don't go with this dude, he's weird, and she's like, no, I trust him, and she gets in this van, and she passes out in his van, and then wakes up, and they're in the middle of the desert.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She's bound up.
Yeah.
And so he rapes her, and then she's like, please let me go, and he's like, alright, I'll let you go. So he unbinds her, and then he chops her arms off with an axe.
Yeah.
And then pushes her down a hill, and she manages to, like, roll her arms in the dirt so they stop bleeding, and manages to climb up the hill back onto the highway, who gets rescued then by a married couple lost on their honeymoon.
Yeah.
And they take her to a hospital, and they keep her alive, and then they find the guy, and he gets, like, I think he got, like, 7 years, because it was only attempted murder.
It's fucking crazy.
She didn't die. Like, what the fuck?
Crazy.
But if you fucking distribute marijuana, you can get like 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
In some states, so
It's so
that's
wild.
our justice
it's
system.
insane.
Oh.
That one pisses me off every time. But it was funny because then as soon as they wanted to release him back to the public, everybody would find out because they were like keeping tabs on him. So as soon as he was supposed to be released, they would bring mobs to where he was supposed to be released at. They were like ready to fucking kill him as soon as he got out in the public. So they kept trying to release him in different areas, and every time people found out where they were trying to release him, they would get a mob gathered around to where he would be released so they could kill him when he got out.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to arrest a whole mob of people that want to kill a dude.
Hell no.
And I think what they ended up having to do is they put him on a trailer in the middle of fucking nowhere with tabs.
Yep.
And make sure he didn't go anywhere he wasn't supposed to.
Interesting enough, she'd be my great grandma who passed away like I think it's 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
She lived up by Mill Creek, and she was great friends with the daughter who got kidnapped and killed. She was great friends with the mother of the daughter who got kidnapped and killed by Ted Bundy.
Oh, okay.
So like, you know, our family were family friends with them.
Yeah.
And I talked to my mom about this like last week, like on Friday.
I have to move the camera too.
And she's all like, there used to be like a joke around our house, like, make sure you close your blinds at night because Ted Bundy might be watching.
Yeah, really.
And I was like, that is fucking disturbing to know that was an inside joke, but it fucking happened to someone whose house was like, you could see their backyard from their house.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, and then it's just right there. You just drive past it. I drive past it every day on my way to work. Yeah. Every day. I see that house. I'm like, it's just so weird that it's just right there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So close to the school, no less.
Well, and I want to ask my mom's mom. I want to ask her if, like, there's ever been, like... Because, you know, that he drove the yellow Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I want to know if they ever saw it, because my grandma... not my great-grandma, my mom's mother, said that she knows people who got into his car because, you know, he was... From what they said, he was like a good-looking dude.
He was
very
good-looking
suave.
and very coercive.
Yeah, you know, kind of like... Just like, hey, you want to go hook up, the type of things like that. And she says she knows people who got into his car, and he would, like, speed away, and then come to find out, like, the door handle to pull off is completely like gone.
Yep.
And he couldn't get out of the car, but most of the people he would just let go because they didn't fit his profile.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, if you just drive down our road, Kevin, there's Ted Bundy's boarded up house.
Yeah. And I don't know where she got picked up, though, the lady that we know, because they lived, like I said, across. So right where Mill Creek Junior High is, if you're going up the hill, the first street, like to the right and up, is where they lived. And I don't know if he picked her up, like up there, or if it was like by Bountiful High, or where it was at. But regardless.
Well, the other weird part is that he would drive over to Viewmont during their late night performances and try and pick people up. Yeah. And it's like, you would think you would remember that car being just across the street, like...
Right.
So weird.
I wonder how many people he killed and buried and no one...
Oh,
they never
I guarantee.
The right number, right?
The other funny one that makes me laugh is when he would go to the lake and tell people he would need help with his boat.
Yeah.
And then they'd get to his car and there wouldn't be a boat. And people would still get in his car. Like, what?
I think him and, like, obviously other, like... When he got big is when the whole idea of, like... I think, like, the whole idea of, like, don't talk to strangers came about.
Probably.
Because I think back then it was just like, you help people out. Like, it was just the thing you do. Now
kids would just walk around on, like, there wasn't a lot of... Nowadays, people don't let their kids out without supervision hardly ever.
Right.
It just doesn't happen. Even when I was a kid, my parents we had bikes, you know? We would ride, you know, a couple miles to the gas station, no problem.
Yeah.
And our parents were just like, oh, you guys are going on your bikes? Okay, no big deal.
Yeah. They knew. Like, same with me. Like, I would bike around all Woods Cross and, like... But it was still that thing, like, you have a time to be home. Don't fucking talk to people.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Someone asks you to go inside. Don't go inside. Like, weird stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I could definitely see, like, back then, like, some guy needs help doing something. You're like, I don't fucking come help you. Yeah. Like...
No, it's the boat just, like, every time it's like, will you help me with my boat? They get there. There's no boat.
Right. There's just not anything.
And they would still get in his car. It's just like, all right, cool. Whatever.
This isn't a boat, sir.
That's not a boat. Oh, no, my boat's over somewhere else. Follow me in my car.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just like,
oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Seems right.
My kids are not allowed out without the phones, LOL, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing, yeah, no phones back then, too, which is even more crazy.
Oh, yeah, I got my first cell phone when they were first coming out when I was, like, 14.
Yeah.
Junior high area.
Yeah, I didn't get my first phone till the same time, 7th grade.
Yeah.
So all through elementary, I never had a phone, but...
Oh, yeah.
You know, right when you get a phone, you get a lot more freedom, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, we were in a mall, and my parents didn't even have cell phones yet. They just started talking to one of the first cell phone retailers at the mall kiosks, you know? Can't even remember what the carrier was.
Sprint or
something weird
Spring,
like that.
I don't know.
Yeah. Cricket or something weird.
Yeah, it's always the fucking those commercials where it's like the needle dropping. Ping. Do you remember those?
Yeah, for real.
Didn't you?
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's a weird world we have out there.
Let me ask you guys this. There's that new idea where you can chip your kids.
Oh.
So you can have like a phone app that knows where they're at all the time.
I wouldn't.
I mean, it makes sense, you know? But still, it's
I think there would be a limit. I think maybe like up until like maybe 4th or 5th grade I would consider it. After that, no, because like...
If it was easily removable,
yeah.
Sure.
If it's permanent, no, I would never do that.
Yeah.
But if it's something...
Just like a track, you just see like sitting outside, like some boy's house your daughter's at, just watching.
Right.
Well, even that idea of like the companies that are starting to try and chip their employees to get into the building, like you have to have the chip in your arm to... Like, what happens if you get fired? Like, do they take the chip out? You're like...
Yeah, I would never work for someone who maybe get something put into my body.
Yeah.
This is weird.
I'm Forrest, this is Wes, and that's Saxon.
What up, I'm Saxon.
Hey.
I'm the guest tonight.
Yes, sir.
This is my water.
This is my God, is that natural Crystal Springs water?
Yes, it is.
Sponsor us already.
Yeah, we need it. Crystal Geyser. This is my water bottle.
I can't wait till they just show up one day like,
hey, we've heard about you guys.
That would be dope.
We also have an affiliate. We can send you a gallon of tequila. Or beer or something, I don't know. And I'm just dope. Like, word.
Word up.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. They have, like the Find My Friends stuff like that. You don't need to chip a child. No, unless they're leaving their phone everywhere.
Yeah, you little asshole.
Do you think it's good or bad, though, that kids are on their phone so much?
I think it's just adapting to the modern times.
Yeah?
I mean, it sucks for personal communication, and our society nowadays is based a lot more on physical value than, like, intelligence value.
Right.
Yeah.
In certain scenarios, mainly with the invention of the Instagram.
Oh, big time. Big time.
Yeah. What's up, Kevin?
Hi, Kevin.
Thanks for tuning in, boyo.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in, man. But yeah, it's just I think it's just how society is evolving.
Yeah, I do kind of see a twist though, because I'm starting to see a lot of people post about, what are good podcasts I can watch or talk shows or whatever. Because I think people are starting to realize that the whole, you're popular because of how you look is starting to fall off.
Yeah.
And it's starting to go back to people want to hear good conversation and good, like, people talk about stuff they're interested in.
Yeah, podcasts are getting really popular right now.
Yeah.
I know, it's good and bad because it's becoming such a saturated market.
What up, Top Gun?
So if we were only in a year earlier...
Nah, I think we're a good spot.
Yeah, I think you guys are fine.
Just so hard because every celebrity wants
it's like... And then even, like, Twitch at this point is getting to a point where, it's a lot of people are just... They want to enjoy the company of someone talking while they do something rather than... I mean, it's still online, so it's not like face-to-face, but you're still getting that verbal interaction.
Well, and I think people are kind of starting to become more afraid of those face-to-face conversations. Anxiety and stuff like that is skyrocketing, in my opinion, and I think people like to be able to still hear people conversing, but not want to do it with people.
Yeah, face-to-face.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. It's the nice thing about, like, being smaller streamers, we can talk to everyone still.
That is true.
Comes in, like...
Yeah, because if we had 500 active people watching and they were all, talking at the same time, it'd be hard.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd be hard, because at that point, we would have to just pick and choose what we see and then just try and keep
We would just kind of have to just read every once in a while.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Cell phones destroyed us. I kind of agree. I think cell phones destroyed human interaction, or is destroying human interaction. But at the same time, I think it lets people who are afraid of human reaction get better at it, or human interaction, and they get better at it with Snapchat or, Instagram.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just limit myself to I don't have an Instagram. I don't allow myself to get into that world. But I do have a Twitter, and I do have a Discord and a Twitch, and a Facebook. Facebook at this point I have very certain people that I interact with, and that's about it.
Right.
Twitter is just follow bullshit.
Yeah,
at this point.
All I use my social medias for is to
Hey, thanks for the follow, Kevin.
Is for this or like staying in contact with like old friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Good and bad cell phones help a lot and hurt some things. Absolutely. And Euphoric, you're the cutie.
I'm gonna set this like this so I can hear.
Champin too. What up?
That dude kind of looks like me.
Which dude?
You.
Me?
Yeah, you kind of look like him.
Do I?
A little bit.
Just blonde hair, glasses.
I need a picture. I need a comparison pic.
He has one on Facebook, and I saw he commented earlier.
I'll pull the boy up.
Cool.
The boy.
I finally got to go shooting with my new gun. I'm so excited.
I saw the picture. How was it?
It was good. Yeah, I have a big old bruise right here from the kick of my gun.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, there's similarities.
I grow a ginger beard.
All right, see you when you get back.
I'm naturally blonde though, but my beard is ginger.
Yeah.
It's weird how that happens. Like,
I don't get it.
I don't either.
Like, there's a lot of people that have I've seen people even with like darker hair. Red.
Yeah, the red.
Or at least some in it. Like, it'll be black, but like red Right?
Yeah, no, mine's full on red.
I don't have red anywhere else.
Yeah, just your beard.
Just my beard.
Yeah, it's weird.
I thought maybe I get like chest hair or like, it'd be like kind of red or like, further down you go might be red. But like my hair, I don't see there's any red in my hair. Nowhere else, just
the beard. Yeah, it's weird.
It's a weird genetic thing.
I don't know why it does that.
I think it's the Captain Redbeard. That's where that comes from.
Well, I don't know anyone else in my mom has like tints of red in her hair, but she's not a redhead.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's weird.
Huh.
You ever playing Street Fighter? Dope.
Ooh.
Street Fighter.
What character do you play?
I like what's his butt? The fat dude.
Oh, okay.
Who I can't remember his name. Not the sumo wrestler, but he's a new character.
Okay. What up?
Oh, good. You got the black shirt memo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, this is my work shirt.
Oh, damn.
Oh, snap.
Sick overlay, bro. Love it.
Hey, man. We've yet to change it up. We just changed to this one.
The only thing you
them.
need to change that I didn't account for is this banner. You just have to move down in this corner.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I was happy with how it turned out.
I like how it turned out as well. Is it Birdie West? All of them? Let me look. I can't remember. I got
Digging the stash, dudes. Coming in fine.
Thanks.
Looks good.
It's a nice pedo stash.
Hell yeah.
Nah, dude, that's like
Excuse me,
the
quick. I'm just gonna turn the camera on.
children's section in the library. The stash.
I just hang out at the park, like, staring, like, hey,
Need
son.
me get that frisbee out of the tree?
I'm here to help.
You kids want a freeze pop?
I got fall flavors for you.
I always wanted to be a ginger. That's why I dyed my hair red.
Oh, no, it's miserable. Don't do it.
Don't do
I
it.
dyed my hair black once to get away from it, but I just look so pale.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, you guys were. I was 8th grade year. I was like, "What's up? I'm a punk kid now." Black hair.
Oh yeah.
It was bad. It was bad.
That's so funny.
There's just one Facebook picture of me where I had it. And it's just I'm so white. It's like,
I can pull mine up. I look emo as shit.
dude. When I first met Saxon, his hair was down to like here.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
half blue. Like,
Oh yeah.
it was fucking weird.
I've had blue hair, black hair. I've had long emo hair.
Be proud
had
of
it
your
all.
ginger locks. Hashtag no soul. Man. Like,
Hey, nothing wrong with the Little Mermaid. Ariel is beautiful.
I have to talk to
She just wants to be part of our world.
Your
Right.
forecast right there.
But
too.
now I look like the Little Mermaid.
I love it. Do I have half a soul if I grow a ginger beard? That's a
Yeah,
question.
that's my question.
Yeah, I don't. It's not covered in the South Park episode.
I think so.
Yeah. We should ask Copper Cab. He
Totally.
would know.
I remember when you dyed your hair.
Can we get them on the line real quick?
Yeah, really.
I did
On the
that.
line.
But I did it ridiculous. I thought it was cool, and I was trying to do like a red stripe in it, like the actual color red, whatever everything red is. But and then it just turned pink, so I just had a pink spot right there for like a week, and I was like, "This is gay." And then I got rid of it.
I can grow more pubes and facial.
Oh no.
So you can stockpile your reserve down there and paste them.
No.
There you go.
That's South Park.
Yeah. No. What did I see that in?
Jackass.
I think it was, dude. It was, and he's like putting the beard on.
Yeah.
and like
Get it in his mouth.
dude.
Oh,
He's like,
no.
it's like this is really good looking fake hair, and then they're like showing him their patches.
I love the last part. He's like, "Who brought crabs to the party?" And someone had fucking crabs.
Cute hair.
The worst was like he was in his mouth. He's like,
Right?
there's like pubes. in his-
What did they cover him in? Was it bee? Like, what were they doing? Was it honey and bees or something? Or
Oh no! They were doing it was an awful prank, but they double pranked him. He was gonna get a taxi and pretend to be a fucking terrorist.
and they put his beard on.
Yeah.
It was just pubes.
Wasn't the taxi driver the guy from like Beer Fest?
Yeah, it was
and-
Beer
Oh,
Fest.
dude, he's like
That's
doing
a
an
good
accent and
movie.
everything.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember now. He's like, your country is so weird.
That's a good movie though. It's on
Pubes
Netflix.
all
Yeah.
over his face, dude, for millions of people to see.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I
That's
fucking
hard.
love Beer Fest.
That's a hard
Yeah.
comeback.
That
Yeah.
is a hard comeback.
God, and he had like the fucked up teeth. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't going well for him.
Everyone and their dog always asked me in high school if I had ginger pubes, and I'm like, no, they're obviously fluorescent pink.
God damn it.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
get shit for being a ginger? Constantly?
Yeah. Oh, like non-stop, dude. Yeah.
Damn.
No, it was souls and everything. But it was always fire crotch. It's like, you see my dick? What the fuck are you? What are you referencing?
Yeah. Fire crotch. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Damn.
Yeah, I fucked with Brock a lot. It was funny, but
Dude, that guy's holy shit. He's like way good at water jet skiing apparently. Holy fuck, dude!
Yeah.
I was looking at his pictures. I just like go over people every once in a while. It's like he's like all these championships and shit. Like holy fuck.
the funniest was
Cody Davis is like with him all the time.
Yeah.
He's got this nice ass fucking like 80 grand Jeep, dude.
Yeah, they're doing it.
yeah, the funniest was though, like Brock used to like when he was like, so he did it when he was a kid, and then he got back into it like in high school. And the funniest, like, so Brock had his own house for a while, and our friend Graydon would come over.
What?
And then he would have like a third place, and he had like none first, and he had like one first, and our friend would be like, "Hey, I noticed there's a lot of non-first place up there. You must not be that good."
Oh no.
Roasted.
He would just roast me over his.
Damn.
He had like a 7th place, like it was like a super pro one too, like so.
Yeah.
It was good. He's way better now, but it's so funny. He's like 7th place. Oh, it can't be that good. It was
Oh, what up? Welcome back, Kevin.
Hey.
He had a giant like one of those like mug things.
Yeah.
Like one of those. And I was like, can we fill that up and drink out of it? I am the champ.
Go to other parties.
You
with
will
that.
never get this. You will never get this.
Rude.
Yeah, we had some fun times at
School
his
was
house.
rough. Thing is, we are fetishized now. I'm waiting for that to happen.
Just like all this.
That'll be the day you're just
The
walking
game.
down the street and somebody comes up and they're like, "Yo,
Red hair.
red hair? Does the carpet match the drapes?"
I want to find out.
I want to find
Can I get an
out.
exclusive tour?
Maybe some creepy dude.
Oh God, why?
There's always creepy dudes who are into something.
Dude, I never I was like oblivious to that. Like I knew there were gay people, or my fucking parents were gay and stuff. But I like once a guy first hit on me, it like really set in. Like, wait, this is a thing that people do. Like, this guy's trying to fuck me right now.
Yeah, I've had some not bad, but weird experiences with gay dudes, and I've been sexually assaulted by men and women at the bar.
Yeah, dude. At the bar, it's like fuck. Alcohol makes people crazy.
Yeah. One dude I was hanging out with for a while at the bar playing pool, I thought he was just a real cool guy. And then I got his Snapchat stuff. And then later, he came out and we're at a bar. Then he just comes out with like a glass of wine and he's holding it. And I was like, is he gay? And then he says something to me. I was like, oh no, he thinks I'm flirting with him all night.
I just thought he was a cool guy. He was a really awesome guy.
This guy is so nice to me. This is so cool.
He's buying shots. It's awesome.
Yeah,
The whole night, I just like to think that. Like,
so friendly.
Forces like in deep conversation. I'm like, yeah, man, that's dope. And come to find out,
That's when my dad left.
Right?
Wait.
I've had a few times where I was just talking to people in line at the bar, and then they're like, they bought you a drink, man. And I was like, oh shit. So then these people are staring at me, so I have to take a couple shots in line, and I'm like, ooh, don't throw up. Gotta be cool.
Yeah, there is a new guy. That's Daniel. Welcome to the chat.
Looks like a SS Youth.
I was like, why can't I read that?
I don't know what
with
that
my
is.
glasses.
Oh, right.
I'm like
Soviet,
squinting. I'm like, why can't it just so blurry?
Yeah, I think my first experiences with something like that was like I said last time when I was on a funny junk chat.
Oh,
there was
yeah.
like 50 people in chat, and there were 6 of us on cam, and there was 1 girl and 5 dudes, and they were like, who would you want to fuck the most? And I won. I was like, what the shit? I was like, what?
Taking home that gold trophy.
Yeah, really. Like, I beat the girl too? Fuck yeah.
Hey.
But yeah, no, I was like, full disclosure, I have kissed 2 guys. Let's just be upfront about this. Yeah.
I've kissed a guy live on here when I was drunk, so.
Hell yeah. But yeah,
Hell yeah.
but yeah, no, there was this gay dude that I was actually hanging out. It was a girl. I was hanging out with the girl, you know. And we were kind of seeing each other, but it wasn't official or anything like that. But she had a gay friend, and like one time after we hung out and the gay friend was still there, we were just talking or whatever, and he's like, "So, you kissed some guys, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'd like to experience that." And I was like, "Whoa, hold up! There were specific circumstances.
They were straight dudes, you fucking queer."
They were straight, first off.
Wasn't gay.
I was like,
You
your friend that I'm kind of seeing is sitting right there, dude. Like, Like, chill for a sec.
There's a new guy.
I was like,
looks like an SS youth. What does that even mean?
This guy.
SS youth?
It's like a Russian.
I'm gonna pretend SS stands for Super C.
Hell yeah.
So thanks, dude.
Super Saiyan.
This gay dude asked me for sex at his house.
Yeah.
I'd probably kiss you for
That's
it.
That's a rough show to the door.
Yeah. Show to the door.
Right?
So give me a minute to stand up.
Kappa Pride, yes.
I always get hit on with a guy by bars by guys and they're like in their 40s and it's sad.
Yeah. That is
Ask
that
me
would
Alexandria Liskey fucks a few dudes. I get a vibe off you, babe.
Let me be clear. I don't fuck dudes, but I appreciate the offer.
Dude, okay, so I've always told Saxon this, but maybe you guys can like help validate it. He talks like the giraffe from Madagascar.
I do get that.
The one that has like 80 pills. Yeah dude. The neck brace and shit.
That's fucking
Saxon.
hilarious. Never thought of
I'll
that.
take it.
One of the first times I met him, like, deja vu. It's like Madagascar. Melvin.
Melvin. Oh, shit.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
I still can't believe the first time you met him.
That's still the best day. That's the best first day of work.
I had like a half out. No, it was like a quarter in my bag. Hey, trying to buy some weed.
It's just the manager. I was like, the manager's sitting right there.
Oh, Sean's the best. Sean didn't give a fuck. Dude, opening with him was the best because he only opened with people that were like his friends.
Yeah.
So I'd come in and fold 2 sleeve of boxes and stuff and just do the morning prep. And then we had like 2 hours where there's no deliveries. We just sat, just chilled.
Yeah.
Hey man, can I go take the trash out? You took it out 30 minutes ago.
It needs to be taken out again.
It's really full.
Every time you go in, man, there's a skunk out there.
No, I only smoked in the walk-in once, dude, and like he fucking caught us all. Like it was only 2 other guys, but we were smoking stuff, and we're like, dude, you ever had those things where the manager's like, okay, I'm leaving for the night, I'm taking the night off, and they come back in for no fucking reason anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like a Friday, and we closed at like 1 or 2,
Yeah.
and he was like drunk, so he came in. He's like, oh, I was going to see if you guys wouldn't mind firing the oven back on. I'm super hungry. And like, we made him a pizza. But so before he found us, he came in and stuff when there was no one like on the line. We're like in the balcony smoking. And he's just like, he's walking in and stuff, and he checks the office, and we hear something. We're like, is someone out here? He's like, no, it's just us. And he checks the back, and no one's here, so he just opens the walk-in, dude, smokes. Like, it's really cold in there, so it's like super exaggerated. We weren't like hotboxing that hard, but we were and stuff. And he's like, this was the first night I felt like I've been able to take off in 3 months. Thanks for confirming my faith in you guys or something like that. And he was a little butthurt. And he's like, well, I came here for pizza. And we're like, yep, no problem.
Turn that shit back on. Don't worry.
And then he was just like, hey, not all the time, all right?
That's
he didn't smoke. He was like older. He was like 38. He smoked when he was younger and stuff. But he was like, I just outgrew that. And he just drinks himself under the table.
Right.
Drinks and plays Halo. He did stream for a long time.
That's the life.
But he just plays Halo 5 a lot.
Damn.
Back when SWAT was the thing.
I've noticed since I dyed my hair bright red, women have been more attracted to me. Apparently, when girls dye their hair crazy colors, it means they're coming out. LOL. I don't get it.
I don't get that either. I have a female friend who has bright blue hair right now, and she is, as far as that, not women. I just lost my train of thought.
She's not gay.
She's not gay. Her hair is bright blue, and she does not want the
old muff in the face.
Redheads don't have souls.
Reedheads don't have souls.
Ha ha.
Does she get hit on by a lot of girls though? Oh, I thought that's what you're going with it.
I don't know if she gets hit on actually.
Because I've heard
she's very shy.
I've heard that too. Like I had a friend who dyed her hair.
Oh, you're late for something.
Yeah. And she said the same thing. She's like, yeah, I keep getting hit on by girls, and I'm like, shit. All right, well, guess I'm dyeing my hair.
I had blue hair, and I didn't get it. I didn't have girls hit on me when I had blue hair, so
dude,
I don't
Wes
know.
needs Guy Fieri hair. Oh my
dude,
god, with
so
the beard,
down.
dude.
Frosted
damn.
Right? Spike him up.
So I found out.
Right?
So I found out his last name is pronounced Fieri.
No one says it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
It's like Ferrari, but Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's pronounced Fieri. It's so weird. It doesn't make sense.
He wants to just stop the memes.
Wesley shows up wearing like a flame button up.
Oh, I would be so happy.
Big glasses, and I'm always just.
You need the flame shirt, yeah.
Yeah.
He's so.
We're taking the podcast to Flavor
You
Town.
guys had that one year where you all wear Hawaiian shirts all the time, like Joel, fucking Jorgensen, all you guys, the Hawaiian shirts, the loose collar, the sexy button or whatever.
It started as we were doing casual Fridays and like junior or sophomore year, and then
you dress up for casual.
And then they, it was after I graduated when they were really doing it, but then they really started doing it. Like
really
they had
it.
a name for it every day, like Tiki Tuesdays, Waikiki Wednesdays.
Shit. Hell yeah.
I don't think I ever wore one. I didn't really hang out with you guys that much or talk to them in school a whole lot.
No, I've stopped going to school.
I thought you guys were like squad. I thought it was like.
No, I wasn't until like after I was friends with all of them, but I didn't hang out with them really.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a part where me, Chandler, and Jordan would just get fucked up all the time, and then try to hang. And then we'd go hang out with them and try to pretend like we weren't fucked up.
With who?
Brock and Joel wouldn't smoke or drink or anything, and then me, Jordan, and
Brock, really?
Yeah,
That's
like
surprising.
he was super against it, like back in the day. So we would like pretend like we wouldn't do anything, and we were just like high as shit, like what's up, guys?
I remember the one time it was super awkward. I was throwing like a little party at my house, and like you and a couple people were drinking, and they showed up.
Yeah.
And it was just awkward because like everyone was drinking except them, and then they left because they were, I don't know, it was really weird.
There's always like you feel bad, but it's like everybody's here to party.
Right.
And it's like
everyone's here to do something.
What's your favorite like fucked up party stories that are stream appropriate? Because I know you guys probably have some that are inappropriate. Yeah. You have that Patreon.
Yeah, I've got so many that are inappropriate.
Yeah.
My life.
I don't know. There was not really fucked up. There was a big Halloween party that I got super fucked up at, and ended up like I remember some of the party, but then there's like an awful picture of me like fucked up with like this bottle of Malibu, and it's a really bad looking picture. But yeah, it was up at Cody's house that we mentioned, and there was like probably like 200, 300 people. It was a huge party, and
whose house?
Cody's.
Cody
D, the one you mentioned earlier. I don't usually say last name.
Yeah.
Up in the hill, really nice house, and I got
with Brock jet ski racing.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Duh. Oh, yeah. Okay, no surprise.
And anyways, I don't really remember much of the party. Mm-hmm. But I woke up the next day and immediately went and started throwing up for like a half hour to an hour.
Oh, jeez.
And I start like checking my pockets because like I'm like looking for my shit. I don't have anything except I don't even have my phone, I don't think. And drugs are gay, says I shook dick. So like for like 45 minutes, like I'm checking everyone's car and I'm like asking everyone if they know where my stuff is. Mm-hmm. I don't know where it's at, so one of our good friends who's been on the podcast, his name is Manuel. I worked with him, and I called into work because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to make it to work because I don't even have my car. Yeah. That's the other thing. I drove and I don't know where my car's at.
Dude, where's my car?
Right. So I'm kind of panicking. So I call into work and he happens to be working. I'm like, hey man, I'm not gonna be able to make it in. I lost everything. I don't even know where my car's at. Like I don't know shit. Like we got fucked up, and he's laughing, and I'm like, what's so funny? He's like, last night you came up to me fucked up and handed me your wallet, keys, phone, everything, and said I shouldn't have these, and then walked away.
Oh no,
I shouldn't have.
Nice.
So he ended up for some reason having all my stuff.
Drove your car home?
No, I guess my car was still up in the hill somewhere.
Oh jeez.
And we went up and found it, and I drove to work.
Nice.
It's the worst shift of your life.
It was the worst shift of my life, and it was the worst like 4 hours of being awake ever because I thought someone stole all my shit and my car. No one was really helping. I mean, I get it because I like don't know, but I was like, does anyone remember where my car's at least? Like, what the fuck? No one remembers where the car's at. Yeah,
crazy.
I remember being blackout drunk in the car ride home. Like, I didn't remember who was driving. Yeah, and I just remember waking up like on the couch. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. Just went to the bathroom and puked for like an hour.
Hell yeah, dude.
What about you guys? There's some good party stories from you guys.
I had like a bad, like a mean, like we were dicks story. Well, like I wasn't good. I was good. I was fine. We were just at the bar. It was like bar hopping for my friends. It was like his 21st, and you have those friends that go on 21, they don't drink enough. Then you have those friends that go on 21, they drink way too much.
Yeah.
He drinks so much, dude. It's like 11. He's like, dude, we gotta go home. I'm too drunk. I'm not feeling good. And when they're not feeling good, it's like, fuck. Well, I can't drive, so we get an Uber, dude. And like not even 2 blocks in, he just projectile vomits like all on the side. And dude, I just look at him like. Damn, I'm not paying $150, and we just fucking dipped out because I told the guy like, oh, we got plenty of cash, but our cards are, I'm like, we'll just pay you, we'll just give you cash. We're going like right at the block. He was cool with it. My friend just fucking Kyle just projectile vomits all over. It's like we had
inside his car,
inside this guy's Uber. We had eaten like burgers. There's like a full piece of tomato. Like, dude, just like the worst vomit. And dude, we instantly knew, and we're just like, look, because they're like. And we just fucking one out the door, one at the other and stuff. And his place was really close. So, like, we were actually pretty close.
Oh, shit.
We just went up back, and the guy was just like, hey! He's like sitting in a traffic light. He just doesn't know. He's staying like, guys! And like, he was so, I'm sure, ruined his night. He had to stop like Ubering to fucking clean it up.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I had to pay a detailing fee once because of my ex-wife, and I was like, I'm not paying that. It's $150. I'm like, I'm not paying that again, dude. And just we seriously looked at each other. We didn't even say a word, and just he goes to the door. He fucking threw up all over. He's like, throw up all over. It was bad, dude. He's like, I shouldn't be running. I'm sick. I'm like,
shut the fuck up,
go. No, we got there and stuff, and the guy, I think he just like gave up. He didn't like come looking for us or anything. But I was just like, that was one of the douchest moves I've
pretty
ever
solid,
done, dude. I mean, like, I'm sure he would. I don't know. I was paying for all his stuff that night. I don't know if he was good for the money, and I wasn't.
Yeah, you never know.
But we had good intentions. That's how I justify. I'm like, we were just gonna it was a $4 Uber. We were just gonna give him a $20 bill. And stuff.
Yeah.
So we were gonna like set him straight and stuff, and then we ended up scamming him for like seriously, it was like 2 blocks of my friend the whole time, just this. Then he just like looks at me and then just like, dude, it was so gross.
Damn. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, dude. Just it starts with like the burps. He's like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm good. You got a bottle of water up there? Yeah, sure, man.
So Top Gun says, I guess once at a party, someone filmed me making out with another girl. When I woke up 2 hours later because I was so wrecked, he showed me as he deleted it. That was the last time I went to a party and drank. Some people are still decent. That's nice of him.
Yeah, that's a good move.
He didn't delete the original.
Yeah. That is nice of him, though. Cause
it's archived.
Yeah, it's archived.
It's archived.
No, but I think there's a lot of decent people in the world still.
Yeah, no, it's...
I've thrown up every time I drink. No, not every time, but there was a while there where, like, I would just show up, drink as much as I fucking can, throw up, and then I'm good for the rest of the night.
You're like, I need to get drunk in 2 hours, and then you're just, like, shitty the rest of the night.
I've never vomited while drinking or had a hangover. It's super weird.
Ugh.
I'm not trying hard enough.
I don't know. I was trying pretty hard at your bachelor party.
Dude, oh my god. That was the story. Saxon, dude. Oh my god. We're playing this weird fucking... We were
just like bullshitting these roles that we were
making this... It was my bachelor party, so I was making up this game. We had like a deck of cards and dice. I'm like... Okay, if this card's a heart and I roll at least a 6, then you take a double shot or something.
It was just like bullshit rules to get people to drink.
But Saxon like kept getting double shots, and he was just taking them, dude. And he's had like 7 shots with it. It's been 45 minutes.
Yeah,
and, dude,
I'm just like going like.
He has this little Bluetooth speaker the size of this square, and he just turns it on, sets it up, puts it in the corner, dude. Turns on heavy metal and just stands up. And I just started going, dude, this is when he had a lot of hair, and he's just like...
Yeah, I'm just sitting there in the corner, just like...
Dude, like, hardcore, and like, no, everybody... He just kind of was doing his own thing in the corner. I
was in the corner by myself.
We were going to the Southern Exposure later tonight. We're like, we're ready to go, and Saxon's just jamming out.
I'm just going hard. It was so funny.
Yeah, so you know Zach Peterson.
Yeah.
He was with me that night, dude. He ended up staying in the hotel because... So he ruined it for himself, but we were playing the stupid game where like everybody was just drinking way too much. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, okay, that's a double shot. He's like, I do way more than a double shot. And he takes his handle. It was like Jim Beam or something.
It was whiskey of some sort. I think.
He just starts taking a pull, dude. He took like a 5-second pull and just sets it down, and like his eyes just like, and the rest of the night he was like blackout.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Yeah, so he was going to the strip club with us, and then halfway through we had to like split up cars, and some people took him back, and I went still, and they're like, He's like, yeah, I just put him in the shower and he's throwing up all in the shower, but he's good. Like, he'll be fine. Came right back, but.
So I have a funny story of a friend who, we'll call him Reeve, just for fun, because I don't want to say, just in case if he's ashamed of it. But Reeve is two different people when he drinks. Mm-hmm. So sober him, really calm, like chill dude, like, you know, just like easy to talk to, nice guy.
Yeah.
Drunk him is a fucking mayhem monster.
Mm-hmm.
So
drunk who?
He's a monster.
Wait, I spaced drunk who?
Oh, I don't want to say his real name, but when
first name?
I don't want to say his first name, just in case if he watches it, he doesn't want that out there. But he's just a monster. And we were up in Wendover, and he got like belligerent drunk, like quick, like not quick, but like, you know, 3-4 hours of being there. So we walked from the Nugget down to like across the street, down to Peppermill. Yeah. And halfway there, like, you know, he's always like, he's like screaming and like punching shit, and like they're like kind of holding them because like, you know, he looks around. I can't remember what he says. He says something, and he just tackles this electrical box. And like fucks this electrical box completely up, like completely uproots it out of the ground, breaks everything in that electrical box. Like,
oh man!
Just hits it
one
like
of those little green guys.
Yeah, just hits it like a fucking truck hit it, and we're like, oh my god, like what is going on? So we take him and we're like, we start like, you know, running, and we get to the Peppermill, and like literally 5 minutes in the Peppermill, he's like vomited on the floor, 4 trash cans, like someone's holding him, and it's like a stream from like a slot to a trash can, and like the security comes over like, you gotta get this guy out of here. Like, they're just freaking out.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, like we walked back and we looked at the electrical box because we're like, oh, well, you know,
we're not here anymore.
Yeah.
Scene of the crime.
Just fucked, like
oh, yeah.
completely busted.
That probably
like,
made him sick too.
Yeah. And we had to drag his ass all the way upstairs, and I just remember someone put him on the bed, and he was just like on like the corner of the bed, like not moving. I was like, oh great.
You probably don't want to move because he's probably so sick.
Right. Even if he still has it, I don't care now. Oh yeah, I know there's videos of probably me somewhere.
Oh,
and Aisha did.
One too many of me, I can guarantee it.
Right.
Your wife's boyfriend sounds very nice.
My wife's boyfriend. I don't care if I drink too much because when I wake up, my wife's boyfriend. Is that right?
Yes.
He's a cuck.
Right.
Self-admitted cunt who does suck dick.
Well, it could be a
that
girl
makes
with...
sense. The username's check it out.
Hey man, you know what? Whatever makes you happy.
It could be a girl who's married to a girl and they have a boyfriend.
Either way, you're getting cucked, friend.
Yeah.
What's a cuck for a girl?
They do
cuck
shuck
queen.
dick.
Cuck queen?
Cuck queen.
If the girl's being cucked?
Yep, we learned that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cuck queen.
Yeah.
Cuck queen.
Yeah. Thought that one was funny because we were talking about it one night.
My wife's boyfriend and then puts me to sleep again.
Go on,
had your breakfast.
Goodbye, baby.
You had your breakfast, young one. I want to fuck your wife again.
He's got a bottle and it's got like eggs in it. He's like drinking out of it.
That'd be weird.
Need your protein.
Right.
Need your sustenance, baby.
That is a really weird sentence.
Yeah.
So much going on.
There's a lot to digest in that sentence. I like
I
it.
don't
You
care
didn't know
if I
more.
drink too much because that's real. Yeah, okay, all right. I was like, really need to get my eyeglasses.
Yeah, no,
right, that's real. That's real.
Yeah, no, I have a friend that also, when he drinks, I call him A for this, but every time he got drunk, especially when he threw parties, no matter who he was dating at the time, he would always find the most attractive girl at the party and sleep with her. Every single time.
Dang, what a cool guy.
Yeah. No, he lost a lot of relationships in his party years because of that.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
But goddamn did he get laid.
Right.
He did. He was a good-looking dude, and every time he got drunk, he would find the hottest girl at the party, and 30 minutes later, he'd be hooking up with them. I was like, holy shit, dude.
Smooth as fuck.
I'm quite the
guys-
opposite.
you guys
I was
seen,
single and I found the fattest girl at the party.
Like
you, come
The
on.
one that can't say no.
You ever eat a dude's ass?
You have like two other options, all right?
precious ass. He's like, what the fuck, you dick?
Oh, no.
Like, baby.
You're learning tonight.
Rip.
I just take like Born Ranch on my asshole. It's like, ooh, delicious.
Got some Betty Crocker ice in here.
Oh, no. God damn it.
It's true though. It's true.
Things we do for a butthole.
Yeah.
Eat it, bitch!
Eat it. Stick your face down there.
Oh my god.
2 fingers. 2.
Holy shit.
Did you cut your nails?
Is this stream rated mature?
Matured for
Oh man.
Saxon, give me some.
Oh, you need some water?
You have bottled water still?
Oh yeah, we got bottled waters. I can go grab you one.
Yeah.
Dude, the champagne of beers. That's what I was drinking all day tonight.
You can have it if you want.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, dude.
Forrest, you want one?
No, I'm good.
My chef's pretty cool about just letting us drink. As long as we don't like...
I'm standing up now. No, but I got 2 drunk stories when he gets back.
Fuck yeah. My favorite kind of stories.
One of them's gonna get you guys really depressed.
Oh, shit.
I probably shouldn't be opening this. I'm just curious. Oh, it's lip balm. That's awesome.
We got it at some company.
It makes me depressed
White
thinking about
Claw.
It's like a...
That makes you depressed?
it. No.
lip balm. Fucking hate it.
Holy shit. That is a tiny little bottle.
Size doesn't matter, right?
No, I was talking about that.
Oh.
No, yeah, just...
Saxon's overcompensating here with his fake handle.
Yeah, right.
Arrowhead has the real handle.
I
Just
like
buy the
this
Arrowhead.
handle. I like this handle.
Hey, we can't cut down natural Crystal Geyser spring water.
Yeah, they
Let's get them a
sponsor.
sponsor.
They're sponsored. See, we got...
No, they
all
really,
Crystal Geysers.
they really don't. We want to though.
It's so funny.
How funny would that be if that's the first stream sponsor?
That would be so
Bottled
dope.
water.
Yeah.
Just bottled water.
Keeping our guests rehydrated every day
Right.
with the power of said sponsor.
Right.
I just had it full of vodka. Why
Yeah.
you only take little sips of it? Oh, I don't need to hydrate too much.
I always thought like
Electrolytes in this
taking
one.
like a little vodka to work in a water bottle, just like, that'd be weird.
That would be weird.
Oh, I thought you said you do.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no.
Saxon.
I work for a government
We're
facility.
friends-
That
we're
would be a
friends
very
here.
bad idea.
Yeah, you're not the first.
Last time Saxon was here, I threw up on my chair.
It's clipped.
Nah.
It's hilarious.
It's a great clip.
It's a good clip. It's called Pumpkin Jambalaya.
You need to see it. I'll pull it up for you.
I'm not good with vomit.
Well, you know.
It's not hard. You don't see it too much, but you can see it.
Right on my chair.
You're in the splash
I was
zone.
here live.
Splash zone.
I was here live. For it. It was pretty great.
your response is just so great. Oh.
Man down.
Because I didn't know he puked. I just thought he was coughing and I looked over.
Well, I thought that's all I was doing because I was drinking Southern Comfort and I like breathed it in a little bit, so it went in my lungs and I just went, but then puke came out too, right on my fucking
It's
chair.
going in my eyes.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh.
No, we're breaking everything over here.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah, I was trying to do
All my friends are bread.
I was trying to do the straight arm challenge with my beer and I just dumped it right in my eyes.
Oh no.
What are you up to
That's
on
a
this
straight
bad
edge
boy?
challenge.
Straight arm, like
Oh.
you like hold a
And
water
you try
beer.
to waterfall
It
it.
just
Oh,
went right
God.
in my
I
eyes.
think I've seen those. It's terrible.
It's just me drinking it.
He looks fine. Complexion's good.
He's not drunk at the
No,
time.
I was just drinking some Southern Comfort.
Finishes it off, sets it down. Oh, it's going down rough. He's called. Dad is just like.
He's just yeah, it just goes down and then it's out.
Yep, I was like, well, because it wasn't like
It
I
was
would-
pumpkin, yeah.
It wasn't like throwing up because I drank too much. It just fucking got me.
What if we're always drunk but alcohol made us sober?
I
Calm down,
begged
X-Files.
I beg to differ.
What is reality?
Forrest is
Saxon
woke.
says he's got 2 great stories though.
Damn.
Oh yeah. All right. So first one, just your typical like great drunk ideas. We were like, we were drinking. It was a party. My parents were out of town, and then I had the house to myself. So I was like, hey, I'll just invite some friends over. So there's like, maybe 10, 14 of us. Some of them are pretty close. Others are just like, I know them, but they're not friends. And we're just sitting there drinking or whatever, and we had like a table and cups or whatever, and we were like, we want to play beer pong, and somebody's like, strip beer pong. And we were like,
Good call.
great idea. So then we just set up, and there's like, there's just 2-on-2, and we just started playing strip beer pong in my backyard.
That's fucking dope.
And it's an open backyard, so the 2 houses next to us can clearly see into the backyard. We're just like,
hot grills.
Huh?
Hot grills.
yeah.
I played a lot of strip beer pong too, but it's usually just me.
True.
I'm the only one that gets naked.
But I never lose.
No, it was one of those ones where like I was like, sure, I don't care, I'll get totally naked. A bunch of the other guys were like, no, we're gonna sock our dicks. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I was just like, you want to see my dick? Like, no, you gotta see my dick.
I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Okay, now the one that's gonna make you guys sad for me, alright?
Oh, boy.
So, I was at my friend Alex's house. He's throwing a party, and like 30 plus people show up, but I was one of the first ones there because he was my best friend, and he's still my best friend. I don't know. But yeah,
his band's very successful. So.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so like 30 people were there. I'm a little drunk at the time, but at the time I was super shy, like really shy, awkward. But I'm drunk, and I got the drunk courage going on. So these two girls walk in, and they are just hot as fuck. I was like, holy shit. So I like waltz on up there, and I was like, yo, I'm friends with the host. You guys need anything, just let me know, like try to be cool or whatever. So I establish initial contact, right? And I like go back, and I'm just like chatting around or stuff. And then I go back and I find them in there drinking. I was like, hey, what's up? I chatted up or whatever. So one of them goes off. And then I start just one-on-one with this one girl. Turns out she's a Russian model. Like, oh, shit. Like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So I just start getting this conversation. One thing leads to another. And we end up back in his bedroom. Just me and her. And I'm like, I don't know what to do at this point.
Just like Nadia in American Pie. Dancing.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do at this point. I've never been this far. At all, because I was, still virgin, super shy, super awkward, and so we're just talking, whatever. I'm like, I couldn't figure out what to do or how to close, and so of course it doesn't happen. This
has a very sad ending.
Yeah.
Damn.
So we're sitting there just like, it's awkward because I don't know what to do at this point.
She's waiting for you to make the move.
And then we had this friend called Martingale. That's what we called him. His name was we called him Martingale, whatever. And so we're sitting there, and we were probably there for like 15 minutes, just me and her just talking, because I didn't know what the fuck to do. And then he comes bursting through the door, drunk off his ass, and he's all, I'm gonna fuck! We're like, what? And he's like, the girl in the red pants downstairs, we're gonna fuck! And he comes and he jumps on the bed, and just like, passes out instantly. And he's like, and then he like rolls over, and he's like, the girl in the red pants, bring her! And I was like, okay. So I go back downstairs, and I see the girl in the red pants, and she's making out with another dude at this point.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like, oh god. So of course, I go up there, and I'm like, yo, Martingale, and he's just like passed out over the bed, vomited all over himself, and passed out. I was like, oh, shit. And then it dawned on me that I fucked up my chance with the Russian model chick. So I went back to her and I was like, yo, and she's like, hey, I'm leaving now. I was like, fuck. I was like, alright, well, make sure you get home safe,
I thought that story was going to be you go back up there and he's fucking the Russian model.
No.
That would have sucked.
No, she came back down and I went back up.
I would have been,
yeah, but I completely missed my chance.
Or the cool part is he brings the red pant girl up, kick your homie out of bed, get that menage going.
No red pants girl. He busts through the door, and within 5 minutes, if I go back downstairs, she's already making out with some other dude. It was just one of those moments where I was just like, this
honestly,
got really
you
weird.
saved him though, so he didn't fucking throw up all over that.
Like fucking Michael Cera and
no, but he literally it was like he kicked open the door. He literally just busts through the door and he's like, I'm gonna fuck. It's like, yo, Martingale, dude. Damn. It was so funny.
I've had experience like that when I didn't close.
Yeah, that's one of my always regret moments.
Daniel, can I have some of that? If you don't mind. See, I'm lucky because I'm good at closing. I'm just not good at starting at parties. Yeah. So if I can get a conversation, I don't know. I don't like sleeping with people at parties.
It was just one of those. I didn't expect to get that far. I was like this shy, awkward dude, and somehow
we don't have the rest of the details.
I'm now alone in a room with a Russian model. What do I do at that point?
Nah, I'm just a dick. I'm just sitting there. So we gonna fuck or not?
Dude,
no, see ya.
I was like, I missed all that. I was fucking engaged through that whole time, so I never partied and shit. Yeah.
See, but you...
It's garbage.
I was when I was 19.
Dude, I remember that bitch left that fucking dumbass.
Yeah, well, she left.
She left that stupid note, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I remember that, dude. I wanted to fucking track her ass down.
Yeah, we were talking a lot about that.
What a bitch move, dude.
Yeah, well, What do you do?
Marriage is a trap, though. Don't fucking do it. Ever. I will never, ever get married again, dude. It was awful.
But, yeah.
Oh, funny story. my ex-wife made out with Brock Austin at a party.
I have
found that out. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Younger?
It was when before we met.
Yeah.
But yeah,
she said a redhead thing.
But she said that she was smoking that night, so I wonder if Brock did too. Because I surprised me when you told me Brock doesn't like to smoke. Cause
he did.
As like,
I used to have a picture of my. Well, he does. I think he does now.
I swear I saw him in class with the reddest fucking eyes all the time.
Well, until 2 years after high school, he wouldn't do anything. None of him even drank. So I was fucked. I started young age getting fucked up. So I would just be hanging out. But then after, actually, yeah, it was I don't know. Brock, I guess it was right after high school. So when everyone was 18, 19 is when they started. Because we got so fucking drunk all the time in Joel's dorms.
What I was going to say, Daniel, is now's the time to shine. Because, you could,
slay it.
A whole lot.
Slay the game.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't partied in a while. We need to find a friend. I'm down
to
partying.
I'm
about to rage.
You're all vascular. I'm sure you're still ribbed.
Girls, I look fine. I got my nipple pierced out. The girls like that. And shit.
Yeah?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
Yeah, I can show you. It's no homo, but...
You can't show streams.
Yeah,
and
fucking
no
hurt.
Things.
Yeah.
Kappa Pride.
It was
cool. Sick.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the other done soon.
Hell yeah, man.
No, it was awesome. It was awesome and cool. Because it was a way fucking hot chick that did it. Mega hot. I was she's totally gonna want to fuck me after. Yeah. But they put this it's some sort of powder. It's orange, and it numbs it and it makes it go hard or whatever because it has to be hard when they pierce it.
Yeah.
But the numbing's bullshit.
Yeah.
The numbing's bullshit, dude. And she's like, "Are you ready for this?" I'm like, "Yeah." Is it just a 1 second thing, or do you count down? And she's just like, "Yeah, I count down for 3." And she goes, 3. Whoosh. Just dude. And I watched it because I was waiting for the 1, and I was gonna close on the 1. So I'm looking at it in 3, and she just does it on 3 to so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her, whatever. And dude, I just see this needle go straight through, and props to the girl. She got it so straight, so really done and stuff. And then so she shows it, and I'm just I'm so tough.
You say, I didn't even feel it.
She's like, did I do fine? I'm like, yeah, just.
There's tears come through.
No, she's like, you look at teeny green. I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah. You're just fuck. You have cats. I got allergies all.
Yeah, no, dude, she's so fucking hot, dude. Oh my god, she is I love girls tattoos and piercings. She's fucking covered. But
it's hot, man.
I have a car. I have her she's gonna do my second one or whatever, discount or whatever for coming back. But hey, is that healed properly? But no, yeah, I mean it was cool. I don't want tattoos for some reason, but I'm probably gonna end up piercing fucking ears, and I want an eyebrow eventually, probably.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they're cool. My ex my ex didn't let me do anything cool, dude. I wanted to do all this cool shit, and she made me get rid of my vape because I was smoking cigarettes. She's like, you need to quit cigarettes. So then I switched to vape. She's like, you just need to stop. And then wives they don't let you do anything cool, dude. Don't get married. It's a trap, dude.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've
takes half their shit, over half your shit, dude.
It's kind of what I've been hearing.
Yeah, dude. I won't marry anyone again. It doesn't matter who this fucking person is. All it did was complicate my relationship. All it did was put this unneeded stress. We were so much better when we were just boyfriend girlfriend, and then all the stress from planning the wedding and stuff. It just fucked our relationship, honestly. Technically she did.
Yeah.
Right.
But it made it more difficult, But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. It's just, I don't know that. We've talked about that a lot on the podcast, the whole idea of marriage, and it's
super outdated, dude. It's it
is
so outdated. It doesn't match up biologically, just with male and female needs. I don't know. I have a cool girl right now, but I might be moving to Florida, so then I talked about that last time. I was looking at the school. Yeah. But I mean, dude, I was in love with that school. It's fucking super badass.
I didn't know how serious you were about it.
My mom's got a 3-bedroom house with an extra bedroom, and it's in the really nice part of Florida. She's got a netted porch and a fucking pool. Dude, they have this canal in their back that leads straight into the Tampa Bay.
Wow.
Boats driving by. It's not a small canal, dude. This is a fucking stretch, a riverbed.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it leads into the Tampa Bay area. And people just drive their boat. Every house has a dock in the back. Everyone drives their boat through and stuff, and it's just it's mega nice. Their internet, dude, their Wi-Fi. I was on their Wi-Fi and I was like, could I even stream here or whatever? And just on my Wi-Fi, dude, I was getting 17 up.
Holy
on Wi-Fi.
That's insane. That's
Wi-Fi.
real good for Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm. Her new girlfriend is in the Navy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just makes so much money, dude. she's been there for like 20 years. She's almost a commander. Like,
oh yeah,
so makes just fucking bank.
Yeah.
Dude.
Even if you're only in there for.
But that house is so fucking nice. There's never winter. I hate the fucking winter. Scraping frost off your windows and the people that drive in the winter.
Oh, awful. I fucking hate winter drivers.
So I'm like really leaning towards it. And it's an associate's and a bachelor's in 27 months, dude. That's fast as fuck.
Yeah, that's way dope.
Well, plus sometimes like fresh areas with new stuff going on is
dude. I've been in Utah
brain.
My entire life.
Yeah,
dude. I need the fuck out. I'm so like. Everything just reminds me of like my past relationship and that's shitty, and then like all the people here, dude, like all the people that you thought like were cool in high school are just like fucking themselves now. They're not. You guys are the shit and stuff. But there's a lot of people that you thought were like your homies, and then as soon as they graduated, they fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Well,
dude, and everyone. Oh my god, dude, I'm like having like I like want to help these people that come back from a mission, date a girl for 2 weeks, get engaged, and get married a month later, dude. I'm just like, are you fucking insane, dude?
Well, and yeah.
Oh my god, my best friend Austin just got married, dude. Fucking Austin caught him.
Oh wow.
Loved the guy, dude. Got back from his mission, and he didn't like date right as he got back from his mission, but he dated this girl for like 3 weeks before he proposed. 3 weeks, dude.
I feel like it's the pressure of the religion, though.
Probably.
Well, like 100%. I was not Mormon. I felt like I had to get married because her grandparents and her family were all like kind of Mormon, but they were like, it's important you start thinking of your future. It's like we're 19.
Yeah, really.
I got engaged when I was 18, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, rip. I wish I could just go back in time and just fucking hit myself until I'm not so stupid. Oh.
I liked when you started partying with us, though.
It was a good time.
'Cause I was just getting fucked up all the time, and then Wes just starts coming hang out, And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm gonna get even more fucked up now. Wes was getting trash. It was
I bet
good
Wes can
times.
fucking drink, dude. Yeah. I bet you can fucking pour that.
It was fun times.
People don't expect that I can fucking pour down.
I'm getting better, but I'm 130 pounds, man. Like I only have so much body fat. I get drunk pretty fast.
Yeah.
I'm really good. Like I used to be like. When I started drinking, it was like within the first 2 hours, I'm like drunk and I can't even drink the rest of the night because I'm just like sloshed. But now I like start with a good buzz and maybe have a few shots, and you get there still, but it takes like 5 hours, and it's way more enjoyable actually.
Yeah.
And like you remember a lot, and I feel like also helps with the hangover because I get real like I can have a beer and be hungover. Like it sucks. Like my stomach will be shitty the next morning or something, but I feel like spreading it out kind of helps. And I have like this. It's a hangover remedy, but. Just helps. I have like this big jar of fucking Flintstone vitamins. I just eat like
hell yeah.
I eat like a handful of those, pound a bottle of water, and just fucking hit the bed. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Fred Flintstone coming with the sleep. Yeah. Dude, those are good, and I think I feel like the vitamins help a little bit. Like
Flintstone vitamins are the best vitamins.
The chewy, yes.
Every time I go on, then they're like, take this multivitamin, it's the best, and then I take it, and I'm like, this tastes like shit. What doesn't make me feel any better?
Go back to the Flintstones.
Yeah, it's always the Flintstones.
Where's Pebbles and Bam Bam?
Yeah, really.
Mine's Blue Powerade and Villagin.
Ooh, Villagin.
Some with the greasy food.
That's
helps
way
so...
better than if you said IHOP or Denny's. I would have lowered you a little. Villagin's classy. They got pie that's fucking delicious.
I don't know. I always just I just end up at Denny's. You don't plan.
I think I've eaten at Denny's once just because they have such a horrible reputation. Like, and
just
I got
open late.
Yeah. I got the strawberry shake and it had the longest, grossest hair in it, dude.
No.
I like the Bountiful Denny's. Or was that D's?
D's.
That's
D's was the
closed.
shit.
Yeah, dude.
D's was what I liked.
They just like got outdated. They should have tried to stay more relevant. Their furniture, like, it's okay to have like a diner's look and stuff, but half your furniture is like ripped open in the back.
Yeah.
They were fucking great.
I feel like they were fucking up somewhere along the lines because like. Even like, cause I was still going there.
Good location, dude. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I was going there regularly all the way up until they closed. Like the reason we found out it was closed, me and James went there one night, and it just said on the door like vacant, blah 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 blah. We're closed now. Sorry to all the D's family or whatever. And I was like, we go in there and it's not like slow.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they just didn't like they were paying people too high and like
that.
Or like there's still the Salt Lake one still open.
Yeah.
But
it might have. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like is it Planet Fitness now or something, or what is it?
No, I
don't think it's anything.
Bakery, corner bakery, or
no, it's that. Didn't they turn it into was it a health food store?
I have no idea.
Oh, you're right.
I think it's a health food store now.
what made me super sad is me and Saxon, we kind of went bowling here and there, but Orchard Lanes, when they shut down, dude, me and Saxon went bowling, and he knew, but I didn't know. It was like the last 3 days they were open. He's like, oh yeah, these close in 3 days. I'm like, this was like every birthday party I had between like 9 and 14. Like, no way is this place fucking closing. And yeah, dude, they sold it to the fucking real estate people. So they can make more fucking apartments. So we need more apartments. Now we have to go to Bountiful Bowl.
Well, I'm sure they got offered.
Bountiful Bowl's shitty.
We bowled
their arcade
season.
is garbage.
Yeah, we bowled our bowling season there this year, and it's awful.
Does Bountiful Bowl have a bar in it, or was that just Orchard?
Just Orchard.
Fucking, what was it called? What did they call it?
I don't remember, but it was hilarious. You'd go in there like, oh god,
it was sketchy.
Funny bunch of
3 taps.
Yeah.
What was it called? It wasn't Stockman's. That's in.
I can't remember what it was called.
Something Lounge or something.
But no, I'm sure the owner got offered a huge amount of money from the real estate company for
something
that.
He couldn't have said no.
Yeah.
Well, and
I think he owned that block. The karate place.
It was actually a she who owned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the pizza place I worked for, we were the ones who did business with them. So they're, all their advertising said, "Oh, order Domino's" or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like we got to know them or whatever, and she said that the business hadn't been good for like 5 or 6 years.
Oh, really?
And they've been like on that line for a long time, but, like just being like not bankrupt, but not making any money.
Yeah.
So I think that they got offered.
They probably. I guarantee they got offered a ton because they wanted to build those apartments there real bad.
Yeah, I heard. I can't remember. I think it was like 7 figures at least.
Probably. Yeah.
Property is like such a good investment,
especially if it's property that they want.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a perfect area. Do you guys remember Josh Washburn? I'm so bad at saying those names. Do you guys remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys see the house he built?
Uh-huh.
It's on Center Street, right across from the bowling lane. There's this house, and it says JZW, and Josh, and then his last name, whatever his middle name is. He was like, he did carpentry in high school and stuff or whatever, or not carpentry, like where he built the fucking house. Was that carpentry? Yeah, I did like a year with him, and we built this house in Bountiful. He's like, dude, I know how to build my own house now. And like he legit, like I don't know how he had the money, but he had money like enough to build a house, but not to buy a house. So he built his own fucking house, dude. It's nice as fuck. It's super.
I think
modern.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah,
dude, that's his house, dude.
That's crazy.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, dude.
It's super nice.
That was he had like saved up money from all the jobs. He worked at like McDonald's forever.
Yeah.
And he saved it all up, and that's his own house, dude. He fucking built that dope. Shit. And I see him walking into town. I'm like, that guy, dude.
Did you guys work on the one that's across or up from South Davis Junior High? That house that Woods Cross built?
Yeah, by Bolton. Yeah. That was, he was a year older than me, but they had been building it like 2 years before I came in, but we were the year to finish it. Yeah, that was
that
fun,
house
dude.
was nice as fuck.
Did you see the blueprints?
I saw the blueprints.
Yeah, we made like an undercover, like an underground, like tunnels.
Yeah.
We put those in their house for like an invader comes in, they can each have an access point in their room.
Shit.
Oh damn.
Dude, yeah, and it's like this teeny little like what you'd see in like Anne Frank remake.
Yeah.
Like this teeny little like one light in the center, like a teeny little wooden table, but
good.
Yeah,
though.
dude, I was like, these kids they have the sickest hangout place now, dude.
For real.
This tunneled meeting center.
I like to think some kids like to smoke weed in there.
Oh, I'm sure. Dude, I'm sure we would have if we had enough time. Mr. Clark was. It wasn't Mr. Clark.
Russell.
Who was that? Russell.
Yeah.
He was always.
Did he end up passing away?
Don't tell me that. Oh,
okay.
Don't tell me.
No, I don't think he did. I liked wrestling a lot.
He retired though.
Yeah, he retired.
Yeah, dude. You know who could fuck himself? Lithgow. He can fuck himself.
I didn't like Lithgow.
Lithgow was a dick to my sister.
Really?
He made her cry at her driver test. Like we were in the same group or something.
He was a dick. I just know his.
And you needed a 70 pass, and she got 69, and she was like on the edge, dude. And he was totally gonna fail her. Like he wasn't gonna give her a point. He's just gonna be that dick and stuff. Until she was like sobbing in tears. He's like, and gave her like right on a 70 and stuff. And then on the contrast, I went after my sister. He's like, well, I didn't write anything down, but we're not allowed to give out perfect scores. So I'm gonna say you made a shifty lane change. I'm like, oh.
I wondered.
So I got a 97. He's like, we're not allowed to give perfect scores. So I got a 97 minus 3 points for a shifty lane change.
I wondered that because
no one's a perfect driver.
Yeah, I thought I got a perfect score too, but I had Mr. Moore. I got a 97. He's like, you forgot the signal going. Like we parked up in Eaglewood, like do a reverse park, and he said I forgot to signal while I went back on the road. I thought for sure I did.
That Woods Cross, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was at Mountain when I did my driving stuff. So I did all my coursework through Viewmont when I transferred, so I didn't get any of my drive time.
Dude, I just think Mountain High, I think of like the troubled kids, not Saxon. Think of the pregnant moms.
There was pregnant moms, yes. No, I had school-related issues with other people, which is why I ended up at Mountain.
Yeah.
So I went through Woods Cross for my driving stuff during the summer, and that's what I had was Mr. Lithgow. And actually, when I got my license, when I did my final driving test, he was like, "You're a very reckless driver. You're gonna get in an accident within 3 months."
Oh shit!
Yeah.
And he did.
It wasn't my fault though.
Horrible
It wasn't my fault though.
What happened?
I got rear-ended a couple times.
Oh,
I was
I
working
swear, like
for,
2 times at Papa John's, he's like, "I got a car crash today. I got a car crash." Dude.
Fuck.
Well, it was.
You're a delivery driver, man.
Okay, so the one that got me pissed off at Papa John's when I was working there for a driver's accident, that they called in and fucking bitched at me, and I had to do a whole manager write-up and stuff. So it was dark outside, storming like crazy, like very bad rain, and these people ordered a pizza on this, they lived on a street that had big houses that were off the road, and they didn't have signs out, so you couldn't see their numbers unless you drove up to their houses, right? Because they're long driveways off the road to these big old houses.
Right.
So I'm fucking trying to find this house. There's no signs out by the road, so I can't see. But my GPS says it's one of these 2 houses.
Kittens.
So I drive up. I pull in and I drive up their long driveway up to the house, and they have like it's like a paved, and then you get up there, and there's like a big old garage. So I pull into their garage, but there's a decent gap between me and the garage door, where like their cars would be, and there's no cars in the driveway, and I park my car, my lights are still on, and I like grab the stuff, and I go up to the door, or I didn't even grab the pizza because I wasn't sure if it was the address, and I go up to the door and I ring their doorbell, and the wife answers the door, and she's like, "Oh," and I was like, "Hi, I'm looking for this address, is this that address?" And they're like, "Oh, no, that's the address across the street right there, so you just go out," and she's like explaining to me, and meanwhile I hear their garage opening, like somebody's trying to leave, and so I hear their garage door opening, and then you just hear, and I was like, their son had gotten in the car and backed out of the driveway without checking his rear view mirror because he wasn't expecting a car to be there because it's their driveway. So he backs into my car, and she's like, "Oh no," and she like starts apologizing or whatever. All of a sudden you hear her husband, and he's going, "What the fuck, blah," and he starts screaming at me, and I'm like, "Dude, what?" So we like go out, and there's like a little mark on my car, right? Like barely noticeable, and I was like, "Oh yeah, there's this little mark, let's just exchange information or whatever," and he's sitting there screaming at me the whole time that it's like my fault, and I'm like, it's so dark outside, it's pouring rain, I can't see anything because there's no addresses out by the road, as this guy's yelling at me the whole time. So I call work, and I'm like, "Hey, I just got rear-ended by this guy," and my manager, Sean, at the time, he was like, "Alright, just go finish that delivery and get back here, exchange information if you need, whatever." So we exchanged information. I was like, it's literally just like I got a tiny little scratch. Their car was undamaged.
Right.
And I got a tiny little like a
bumper.
dent. Yeah, it was like a tiny bumper dent, like barely noticeable, but it was still, and my license plate got a little smushed, but it wasn't a big deal. But we exchanged information or whatever, and so I go to the other house and I deliver the pizza, and I get back to work, and then Sean pulls me into the manager's room, and he's like, "Yo, so the husband of the wife or whatever of that kid that hit your car, he called in and complained that you're a bad driver, so you have to fill out this report." And I was like,
"Oh my god."
"Alright, so it wasn't my fault." And he's like, "Alright, and because of this you have to file a police report." So I had to file a police report about this accident and get all the insurance involved. I wasn't going to get insurance involved because there was barely any damage to my car. But because he called in, I had to get a police report on file and I had to get insurance report on file. So he ended up having to pay me out like $1,000.
Calling me a dick.
But I literally had to fight with him and his insurance for like 3 months to get the payout, because he didn't want to fucking increase his insurance premiums.
Well, insurance doesn't want to pay it.
Yeah, and insurance didn't want to pay out for this stupid little bumper scratch. I think it was $1,600, something weird like that. But yeah, it was like a 3-month fight with insurance, and I got paid out like $1,600, and his insurance premiums went up. All because this dick wanted to complain that it was my fault. When really, anytime it's a rear ending, it's whoever does the rear ending that's at fault.
That's
so
fucking hilarious.
It was so fucking dumb,
your
though.
drivers is a douchebag.
Yeah, he called in and complained that it was my fault.
Yeah, I remember that. You're like, he backed into my car.
Yeah, he didn't check his rear view mirror. Who
Saxon got woke that day, dude. He left like 2 months later.
It was more like 2 weeks later.
Woke him, yeah.
Because I had to leave for the rest of the night. I couldn't work the rest of my shift, and then I had to stay off for a couple days too. I couldn't come back to work while they had to fill out all the police shit. So it basically fucked up my work week too. But eventually, and then 3 months of fighting insurance back and forth was just, I was like, but once it was all done, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is so fucking dumb.
So I have a story about how it's not always good to do the right thing.
Oh no.
So I can't remember. I was like 18 or maybe I was 20. I don't know. I went to Panda Express on 5th.
Yeah.
And their parking lot's a little weird.
It's so small.
Oh yeah.
So I went in, got my food, came out, and I backed up and I scraped this red truck. Like, it was paint on paint, no actual damage to the car. And I was like...
You scuffed it, though.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I could just drive off and it won't be a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But parked, went inside, found whose car it was, and it was this girl, and it was her dad's car. And I was like, hey, I did this, let's exchange insurances, my bad, just trying to do the right thing. So, get a call, and I took, I know how to do this shit, because, I'm not stupid. So I took pictures, I got confirmation, I had her text me and confirm that those were correct, the pictures, the whole 9. Insurance call, blah, 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 blah. And our insurance was like, yeah, shit happens. They're cool with that. They're like, stuff happens, and they weren't going to raise our premium.
Mm-hmm.
Dad starts getting in the thing, her dad, and he's saying that I broke the bumper off, that there was damage on the opposite side of the car.
What?
He was trying to claim all this shit.
Oh, so all the other damage on the car?
Yeah, because it was like an old beater truck.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you should.
I should have just left. But anyways, it turned out being this guy tried to say there was he went and got a quote and it was $5,000 worth of damages.
Oh wow.
And I was like, I'll go polish it out right now for nothing what I did. And my insurance guy's like, well, don't cause problems. He's just trying to scam us. Mm-hmm. And he's like, guess what he's gonna get? Nothing. And our insurance fought him and didn't give him a single thing
because he tried to file a fake claim.
And his insurance paid for the damage on my car because he was trying to be a fucking scumbag.
That's a fraudulent claim. They can arrest you for that shit.
Yeah. It was straight up. I was just trying to be nice.
I mean, it worked out for you though, at least.
Oh, absolutely. There wasn't any I went outside
It's more just a grace thing.
Yeah, I went out the next day and got a rag and some polish and just sat there and rubbed it. There was nothing on my car. You couldn't even tell. And I was like, there's no damage to this dude's car.
Yeah. Yeah, insurance don't fuck around.
No.
Literally, I was like, if that guy hadn't called and complained on me, it would have been fine. But no, because he had to go and fucking call up, he got a police report involved, and then my insurance got involved, and they're like, alright, he's causing you all these problems, we're gonna fucking take him through the coals. So they quoted it for a brand new bumper, so I ended up getting on this piece of shit car $1,600. Yeah, my piece of shit Saturn. Yeah,
fucking Saturn.
Yeah,
that thing was ugly.
It was ugly. Yeah.
Can't do. My dad just put a new transmission in.
Well, it was ugly. The trunk wouldn't open because I got rear-ended in that car too. Oh, it was so funny.
What's up, Go Eagles?
Yo, 4 black shirt boys.
No, just keep going.
You guys got arrested.